Hi guys, I'm from Poland. I'm not a Bitcoin dev or builder, but I'm a libertarian activist. And actually, if you go to Poland, I am the libertarian activist. We did so many various stuff, promoting liberty, promoting freedom, being against the state. Since I was a child, I had a bit like philosophical approach to life. And from this philosophical approach came my admiration for liberty. And that's how I discovered Bitcoin. I'm so fascinated how these groups of people, how these ecosystems of libertarians and Bitcoins overlap. And I am a libertarian activist who turned Bitcoin. And I want to show you a little story and showcase what we do in Poland for promoting liberty, how it works, what doesn't work, and share some insights with you, and how I got myself answers to quite philosophical questions. Who is libertarian? What is libertarianism? Why libertarianism? How? For how much? And for how much more? So let's first agree on the principle, who is a libertarian? By dictionary, it says that it's one who advocates maximizing individual rights and minimizing the role of the state. There are various flavors of libertarianism: paleo-libertarianism, classical liberalism, anarcho-capitalism, and these subgroups often debate within themselves whether they are true libertarians or not true libertarians. So for the sake of this presentation, I just want to share this definition and say that libertarian, we will use this word a lot, but just for the sake of easiness of this presentation, just the one who loves freedom, doesn't want that much involvement of state in his life. So knowing that, who consider himself a libertarian? Please raise your hands. All right, around 70% of stage. This conference is actually more libertarian than libertarian conferences I've been to. So congratulations, Bitcoin. Who is a Bitcoiner? Okay. Who was a libertarian before discovering Bitcoin? Okay, and who became libertarian after discovering Bitcoin? Okay, there is a bit more in the first group. So as I said, I'm super happy to see Bitcoiners being interested in philosophy of liberty. So in 2013, I figured I learned myself that I'm a libertarian. You know, there is two approaches to figure out that you're a libertarian. Either you learn what is libertarian first, where is it? And then you think, oh, it must be me. Or you learn about libertarianism, and only later in your life you kind of start agreeing with these principles or disagreeing. So I found out about this conference. It was the first thing I discovered in the internet, that people, like-minded people, meet and they talk and they present some technologies, some books. So okay, I bought my tickets. It was like 25 euros, go to 11 for European Students for Liberty conference. So big kudos to SFL for bringing me here, for being partners with this event, because this is the largest network of people who love liberty around the world. I went to the conference and I was like, happy that I know what is libertarian, that it's me. I came to the first person and like, hey, I'm a libertarian. And this person is like, you sure? You're a socialist. I heard more about socialists there than about libertarians. So I learned that there is flavors to it. There are true libertarians or not true libertarians. And there were always debates between themselves. I want to introduce maybe my way of defining who a proper libertarian is. I don't want to say about true libertarians, but proper ones. So I got into it. I wanted to share the message. I wanted to become an evangelist. I wanted to tell the world who they were about the works of Friedrich von Hayek, Bastiat, Rothbard, Mises, Ayn Rand, etc. But with my philosophical approach, I started with a fan page for Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand was an American philosopher who was advocating liberty on a cultural level and philosophical one. I'm sure she would be a Bitcoiner if she would be alive today. So we started with a little fan page, then was a blog. It became, at the moment, was one of the largest Polish pro-liberty blog platforms. It's not that active anymore, but we are still having podcasts. We are doing advocacy for objectivism. We did, over my career, so to speak, we did maybe 200 events, local events in Poland, and 200 offline events, various This is what I'm showing. This is on Ayn Rand and its philosophy. But then we decided that we cannot be another economical institute. We cannot be any other freedom publisher. We need to find our own way on promoting liberty because, well, there is already people who do things better in the market. So we introduced the largest now Polish conference for libertarians. It's called Weekend of Capitalism. And our mission was to make a good PR for capitalism, to make free market, to make the minimal state look good in the eyes of the public, because we had strong philosophical, intellectual background. I mean, standing on the arms of giants, there is lots of books, there is lots of arguments why free market is good, but we want to appear nice. We want to present, this dollar is a little tribute to Ayn Rand. We have it as a pin. This logo shows, well, it's not a dollar, it's Satoshi, but it, as you can see, it presents capitalism embodied by its most imaginary symbol, which is a handshake. We present capitalism as a system of voluntary interactions. So this dollar Satoshi sign is maybe hands before handshake, or you can interpret it as one hand helping another. Anyway, that's a symbol of our mission to make capitalism look good in the eyes of public in Poland. We did various things over this career. So this conference now is, it has from 300 to 400 people every 2 years. Sometimes there are, like this picture is actually from the panel on Bitcoin from 2019. We try to orange peel this. I mean, before I was a Bitcoiner, I used to do these conferences, and then I thought, okay, how can we educate people on Bitcoin? How can we just present them what is Bitcoin on stage, or maybe there is some other way? So, for example, our quite smart way to orange peel people or onboard them to wallets was, instead of giving them gifts or books that are included in tickets, we're giving them light sats vouchers or Lightning Network reverse invoice, where people could get their sats and then get what was theirs already, what was their books or their t-shirts for those sats. So basically we were giving free gifts for people, but they had to install wallet, they had to process their first and second transaction. So in our first 2 conferences with Bitcoin, we onboarded 200 people each to the Blue Wallet. We also made some celebrities paid for coffee with Lightning Network. We also have our award, Oscar Awards for the best freedom advocates in Poland. I'm coming from like an NGO world. In Poland, the libertarian movement is quite strong. There is few NGOs, associations which translate books of Mises, which do economic seminars. What we do is building a coalition between them, and on my personal mission is now to orange peel those NGOs, because they work on the grounds and they work locally to spread libertarianism around the world, around Poland. So just a few pictures from this conference. Another thing that we do to advocate liberty was we did an election night. It was alternative election night on YouTube, because when we had presidential and parliamentary elections in Poland in 2019, all of the major TVs were inviting their politicians. We had alternative libertarian YouTube TV. We launched Laissez-faire TV that time, and we had one evening event. We invited lots of politicians or economic advisors or businessmen. We made a little satire to Polish news thing. It was watched by a few thousand people online. Of course, I mean, maybe it didn't convert nobody to libertarianism, but at least we have laissez-faire television in Poland. Another project. Sorry, it's slow. It's various events. Classical event that you do in libertarian movement is to invite some popular guests and make him make a lecture and then Q&A. It's very easy to, when you're a student group, to do something like that. We did maybe 200 such projects. We try with different design, with different types of topics, from romance, emotions, business, politics, with tens of thousands cumulative guests probably in our events. Do we have results? I don't know. Okay, and pictures from various events. But after doing this, after doing years, I'm 10 years in this movement, I was a bit dissatisfied that we do this conference. We did last event was in March, and I've been to maybe 20 libertarian conferences, and you know what? I'm a bit disappointed that these people, they don't actually ask for liberty. They spend more time on conferences than they actually promote freedom. They act free. They don't ask about Bitcoin. They don't ask about second citizenship. They don't ask how to avoid taxes. Maybe we do some wrong job there. Maybe libertarians are not the best target group for orange peeling. We are still looking for it on various ways. So the other projects we did was theater improvisation, going swimming in the winter, playing airsoft gun. It all has libertarian flavor, a little bit of education. And sometimes people ask me, why do you guys do this? Graffitis, stickers, computer games tournaments, board games tournaments, grills on the river. Do you even succeed in lowering taxes? Is there any effect to something that you do? I don't think so. But my answer to this person who first raised this question was that, well, maybe you cannot change the world, you cannot change your state with stickers or graffitis or little events for 20 people. But I know that social change doesn't come without theater, without soccer teams, without stickers, without all this cultural movement that is there. So I still believe that what activists do, what NGOs do, is important for liberty and for advancing Bitcoin in the future. We also did a laissez-faire United soccer team. We play in one league currently. It was the only libertarian soccer team that played in an official Cup of Poland. We organized 2 soccer tournaments for the invisible leg of the free market. 150 people on each of such event. So now I hope that thanks to such actions we have some libertarian soccer players or football aficionados. And other projects we did. We opened a bar in the center of Warsaw. So if you're ever in Warsaw, you can visit Freedom Lounge. You can try paying in Bitcoin. I hope you succeed. It's the must-go meetup for any libertarians when they are there. It was opened in collaboration with Warsaw Enterprise Institute, which is the owner of this place. We have libertarian bar in Warsaw. We have conferences. We have books. We have libertarian politics. There is maybe 10 politics who say that they are pro-free market, they are pro-capitalism in Polish parliament. But do we have freedom? Do we achieve freedom by translating another Menger book into Polish, by teaching economics at university? Well, the hope for that is very risky. Maybe the effect will come in 10, 20, 30 years. But well, I don't give up. I figured that doing activism, even without visible results, well, brings at least some value to me. We did also first libertarian chess championship. We had few international masters commenting on that. 130 players were playing for 5 hours chess online under a libertarian flag. Another project. My favorite was a summer festival called Laissez-Fest. It was last year, it's gonna be next year. It's on the lakes in Poland. We teach Bitcoin, we swim on lakes, we play libertarian songs by libertarian artists. Check laissezfest.pl if you want to chill out in the summer with some libertarians. But now we figured that, maybe a little story that picture why I'm complaining sometimes to libertarian movement. When I myself discovered Bitcoin, it was early, maybe 2014, 15. I wanted to buy some drugs online, but I understood it later in 2019, 2020. And I figured, hey, I'm going to these conferences, I'm trying to orange peel these people, but they don't actually, they install the wallets, but we check the retention is super low. The libertarians in Poland were not interested in Bitcoin. I was super excited when I learned it. I spent so many hours reading about Bitcoin. And once I met my friend who is a head of one libertarian institute in Poland. And I'm like, okay, this is my moment. I'm trying to orange peel libertarian activists. I'm trying to orange peel NGOs. And I'm telling them, look, this is Bitcoin. That's why I'm so interested in it. It's a libertarian dream achieved. Finally, money is denationalized. We fix something which is at the root of what's wrong with our system, the control of money by state. This works like this. You should be interested in it. And I can see spark in his eye. I'm super excited. I finished my orange peeling session, and he's like, yeah, great. So how do I pay taxes on it? And I'm like, really, like, this is the first question you could ask. But I still don't give up. Our mission is, I figured out that the Bitcoin, at least, among so many things we did over the last 10 years in promoting liberty, it's just the most efficient because it changes you personally. It actually is a tool that brought more freedom in the last 15 years to the world than all of the Libertarians institute together. So I really urge and encourage my libertarian friends from NGOs to embrace Bitcoin, to install wallets, to accept Bitcoin donations, and because there is two reasons why I want libertarians to be interested in Bitcoin. First, I think that it's the moral imperative. If you not only want, but if you advocate for freedom and you want to be a proper libertarian, you cannot not use the most efficient tool to promote liberty. If you want to live in libertarian utopia, you cannot wait for libertarian utopia to be free, while you can be free now by using the most effective tool, which is bringing freedom to thousands of people around the world now. The project that we are focusing on now, and I still look for the efficient way to advocate liberty, is Bitcoin Film Fest, which we did in Warsaw in March this year. And you can visit bitcoinfilmfest.com. We are trying to become a hub for Bitcoin cinema because we found out that, well, cinema is the strongest medium to convey a message through culture, through education, to deliver the message to popular medium, to popular culture, to masses, is cinema. So we connect the strongest medium with the strongest technology, and that's how Bitcoin Film Fest came. The next edition is in April in Warsaw. You're all free to come. You can join our booth number 31 and watch trailers to upcoming Bitcoin movies. We actually identify how many Bitcoin movies are in production right now, and it's 15. 15 Bitcoin movies are in the making now. So there will be something like Bitcoin Hollywood, like a cinema center, like Cannes Festival. We want to be that. Visit us at booth 31. And at the end of my presentation, I want to show you a little teaser for what we do by my friend Pierre. So if you could please play it. Thank you all.
The world I come from is one where governments and corporations control everything. The people are powerless, and their lives are ruled by those in charge. But I have a mission that can change everything. I know what needs to be done, and I am determined to make it happen. I will work tirelessly, never resting until my mission is complete. I have been sent back from the future to fix what has gone wrong. The future is in my hands, and I will do everything in my power to make it a better one.